America, evil will not win. It will not prevail. And white supremacists will not have the last word.
White supremacists. I don't know about you, I run into these people all the time. Joining me now, Kerry Picket, senior congressional reporter for the Washington Times. Kerry, you've been speaking to FBI agents. How big is this threat of white supremacy? I gotta be honest, in 41 years, I don't think I've ever met one.
Look, what we're seeing right now over at the FBI, according to the agents that I've been talking to the personnel, it isn't even just the agents, it's a lot of it, just FBI employees just in general. There's just been this shift from a law enforcement agency to an intel gathering agency, and that's sort of concerning because, and this will get to your question, I promise, is because you've had the intelligence analysts who have sort of taken over as to, what exactly is a crime. Well, a crime is what your bad First Amendment thoughts could possibly be, according to the intel analysts. So they'll essentially create a profile of, okay, well, especially after January 6th, we're looking for bad people like that. So it's become almost like Minority Report. Go find bad people who breached the Capitol, like over on January 6th. So if they're out there waving a Gadsden flag, if they're out hanging out, cleaning their guns, if they're a bunch of homeschoolers, or if they homeschool their kids, if they're pro-lifers, go find them, especially if they're, yucking it up or making politically charged comments online, then go out there and see if they'll actually do a crime. Try and make them say that crime, and then we can charge them, but just open up a case on them right now, so then we can pump our numbers up, and then we can make the special agent in charge or the assistant special agent in charge look really, really good, because we got to get our metrics up right now. That's essentially what's going on right now. So you think, well, what about all this white supremacy? It's like, look, we may not be able to find it right away, but you know what? As long as we define what white supremacy is, then we'll find it, because we may not have the crime statutorily, but we're going to make it seem real scary, and we're just going to open it up. We'll define what the crime is, even if it isn't in the statute. Does that sort of make sense here?
It does. I do have a question, though. Now, I don't think it's a mystery that this organization's full of leftist activists who are out to smash their political opponents. That's not news to anybody. But you mentioned getting their metrics up. I realize these people are mostly cultural Marxists and self-awareness isn't their strength. But do they understand what is happening with the actual American people and the fact that their organization has gone from something that had, I would guess, 90% approval for most of my life to maybe 50, and that number's dropping? They're losing America. Is there any awareness to that within the walls of the FBI?
Well, look, the FBI has become way more centralized within Washington, D.C. It's all groupthink within Washington, D.C. Like I said, you're talking about everyone from the intel analysts to the executives on the 7th floor over in Washington to the executives in the field offices all over the country. The whole point, as far as they're concerned, is to gather intel and to make their metrics and to promote themselves to a higher grade level, and then retire off into the sunset. That has been pretty much how they look at this ever since 9/11. It's to be intel as opposed to be a premier law enforcement agency. And therein lies the biggest problem. Whereas you have the field agents, the guys on the ground who are looking to be, most of them at least, they're looking to be, out there looking for, guys who are, robbing banks, who are out there, gangbangers. But the thing is that right now, they are being told, no. You're looking to go find white supremacists. You're like, perfect example, like out, like several months out after January 6th, there was a hearing up on Capitol Hill. There was a House Intel Committee hearing where you had lawmakers, specifically on the Democrat side. They were like, look, we want you to find a bunch of white supremacists who are just like the people who went and breached the Capitol, and that's your mission. And then you had the guy who was in charge of the counterterrorism division at the time, who said, absolutely, we opened up 2,700 cases already, and we're looking for them, and they're the most dangerous people here in the U.S., and we're looking for them. Absolutely. But by the way, we're not going to be violating First Amendment rights. Well, they are, and that's pretty much where we are right now.
Don't miss Jesse Kelly Breaks History, Che Guevara, the latest episode of a new series available now exclusively for First TV supporters. Visit the First TV app or thefirsttv.com to subscribe and start watching today.